here we are, VLOGust day 11, and it's once again a just me day, except my husband couldn't stay home today. He'd already stayed home and the last few days because he was sick, so he had to go to work today and catch up on everything. So it was just me, dropped the girls off, the boys went to school, and I had to decide what to do all day. I know if you're a mum out there, when you go out to the mall and you go looking at things, browsing, what are the first things that you look at? Kid stuff. For me anyway, I'm always buying my children clothes and things like that, and I thought, you know what, today I'm gonna buy myself some stuff because I always miss out. And we have the cruise coming up next week, so I wanted to get some nice clothes. And you know what, it is like 24 degrees Celsius, so what's that, like probably in the high 70s at the moment, and it is hot. And it is weird because August in Australia is usually the coldest month. I thought I'd go and get myself some clothes today. So I have a few things here. I'll show you what I got. I actually got this top, so see, isn't that pretty? I like it for $10 top. So and I got a few other things from that store. It's from Valley Girl. This is kind of a weird store. It's like, it's got young, I can see myself shopping there when I was like between 18 and 22, but then they've got some adultish looking things, and there's actually some women in there shopping today that probably look like they're 80, so there are some all sorts of different clothes in there. So I got this top from there, and I also got a nice pretty, there's the front of it, nice pretty skirt that I don't have a top to go with, so I'm gonna have to find a top to go with that. But I think that's a nice length. It kind of comes down to my mid ankles, and it was cheap too. I think it was only like $30, so that was a good deal. I went to another cheapy store, which is called TEMT, and their clothes are kind of funny. They're kind of like Valley Girl. Like, there's a lot of really cheap clothing there, and then there's some nicer stuff, so you kind of got to wade through all the cheap crap to find the nicer stuff. So what I ended up getting is this top. I kind of like more bohemian style clothing, so that's, and it's kind of got some, it's like got gold, silverish embroidery on it, which is really nice, and it kind of sits on my, it will sit on my shoulders like this. I thought that was pretty, and it's a nice length. It's not too short because I can't wear the short tops anymore. And then the other thing I got was this, and this, I think this is supposed to be, it's supposed to be a dress. Let me just show you what it, so here it is. I know it kind of looks like a nightie, right? And it goes like this, but it does tie up. So if you can imagine this on, and then it kind of ties up tighter, like around this area. So I thought that was pretty. It does look much nicer on than it does off. I know it looks huge and kind of like floppy. And then the third place I went was a place called Paris Scarf, and they always have sales on there. Anybody watching from Australia probably may know this one. It sounds really familiar. I swear I saw it in the States, or maybe I saw another store that's similar named. Anyway, so I found some jeans finally, because I'm tall. Any tall women out there know this issue. So many of the jeans are like for shorties. They're just not long enough. So I finally found some, or people who are just regular length and not tall like I am, even though I'm not the tallest out there either. So just some jeans, and they don't sag around the crotch area or the butt area, so these are nice. And I actually went down to a downer size than I normally get than my other jeans, because I thought, what if I get skinnier? They fit, but I don't want to get ones that are too big and then lose weight and then have that issue where they're way too big. And I got a pretty red top. See, again, kind of the same kind of style. I can kind of, it just looks really nice, and it's a nice material. That I go red, I buy so much blue. Does anybody have a color of clothes that you tend to buy a lot? I tend to buy a lot of blue stuff, hence this top, hence all the other tops that I just showed you. And then this is another one, another top that I got that's really pretty too, and it's a nice material as well. And I thought all this stuff would be nice on the cruise, because it's going to be kind of, I guess, like weather like this, I suppose, maybe a little bit warmer. So something else I wanted to chat about today was, as you know, we are trying to find a kitten because our adopted stray cat passed away, and the kids haven't really experienced the whole kitten stage yet. I've been going into the local pet store down the road, and they have rescue kittens that they get in there. And then there's another website that I can go to that you can find rescue cats as well. So I've been trying to find a kitten for us, and I wanted to try to find one that we could bring into the house after the cruise, because I don't want to bring a kitten home and then have to have it go to my parents' house. It's just not fair to it for 4 days. And when you adopt a kitten over here from the rescue place, they're already desexed, vaccinated, or desexed like neutered, vaccinated, and health checked and all that jazz. So you do pay, I think it's like $225 per, for a kitten, but it's all that's included, which is really good. And I think they're trying to make it so the people that adopt the cats are, they've already got all that done, so they're being responsible as far as the kittens not going off and breeding and having wild cats, because we do have a very big issue about that in Australia. So there were two really pretty black kittens that came in there, and those ones probably wouldn't have worked out anyway. But what I found a little funny was that they were already, I think, 10 weeks old or 12 weeks old, but she said they're in quarantine until like next Tuesday. And I'm thinking, what are they in quarantine for? From the house that they were fostered at to the pet store? And so that was a little bit weird. I just found, I guess my point is, when I was growing up and you went to adopt a kitten, even in the States when you went to get a cat or a kitten, it wasn't so complicated. I've really found it's become quite complicated here. First of all, the quarantine thing for the cat, right? And the kittens, which is a little bit bizarre. And then, of course, you've got to wait till they're desexed and all that, which I understand. I understand that part. And then I also found some online on the rescue page. And there's one lady that's got most of the kittens in the area, because I don't feel like driving like hours to get a kitten. It's just silly. And she's really bizarre, because she's got all these kittens that she fosters, and I messaged her about a couple that obviously weren't going to be ready until we came back, so that would have worked out well. And she's like, oh, well, do you have a cat at home already? And I'm like, well, no, this will be the only cat that we've got. Oh, well, I don't like adopting them out to people who don't already have cats, because they need and then she gave me this huge section in the email, which looked like straight out of a textbook, about how cats need companionship and their socialization and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I know this, I've owned cats all my life, I know how it works. And she's like, well, I'm not going to adopt out to a household that doesn't already have a cat. And I'm like, oh, okay then. And I said, well, I can't really adopt two at this point. And then I never heard back from her. But I'm thinking, what if you do already have a cat, and you adopt a kitten and it comes into the house, and then the cat that you already have doesn't like the kitten? It's not like dogs, who just like everybody. Dogs, that's why people like dogs better than cats, I think, because they're automatically bonded to you. They don't have personalities like cats that they decide they don't like you and they just ignore you or bite you or scratch you. So what happens if you get this kitten and you have your other cat, the existing cat hates the kitten and chastises it and harasses it, and it's just like, so that was a little bizarre. So I didn't end up adopting from her. And then there was another couple of kittens that popped up that looked really pretty. And my husband also wants a female, so we're trying to find a female cat, because we've had more luck with females than with males. Well, he has anyway. I don't really care. And that particular kittens weren't available until after the cruise as well. So I'm like, okay, well, that works out great, because it's great timing. But they don't put in the advertisement that they don't want to separate them, and there's two sisters together. And she messaged me saying, oh, well, they're really bonded together, and I really would like them to go together. Can you adopt both? And I'm like, oh my God. They're $225 each. That's $450, right? Just for, I just got permission for one kitten. I don't think they would let me have two. Plus, I don't really have the money for two. And I'm sitting thinking, but I understand they're bonded and they're happy together, but I have 5 children. I'm home 89% of the time. My kids are really good with animals. They're very gentle. They've grown up with them. And I'm thinking, I can't adopt 2 kittens. So all these people want me to have 2 cats at the one time. So I'm almost kind of over it. I'm like, oh God. So I think I've decided what we'll do is after the cruise, I'll look into it again. Apparently there's more cats during summer because it's kitten season, because I guess they breed during the summer. So I guess we'll see how that goes. But at the moment, I'm just like, oh God, I think the cat that we got in the States when my husband and I first got married, we went to a trailer park and bought a kitten for $25, okay? And I guess, you know, it was looked after. There was nothing wrong with it. They looked after the kittens. But I'm just thinking, why is it so complicated now to get to adopt? Like, these kittens are abandoned or they're abused and they want homes for them, but they're making it very difficult for me to adopt this kitten. I don't know. So we'll see how that goes. Nothing very exciting happening on a Friday. My husband's going to work late, so I guess I'll have to make dinner, spaghetti bolognese, everybody's favorite. So hopefully they'll eat all of that. So I hope you guys have a great Friday, and I will chat with you tomorrow. And thanks for watching. Bye.